Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Anno 117 Pax Romana. It's finally here, for me at least, and I'm just really excited to finally have the full game at my disposal. No time limits, no trade-offs, just have the whole thing. Obviously, it doesn't have its day one patch or anything like that yet, so we may be subject to a few bugs, but other than that, we have the full experience. Bone chilling. The secret ingredient of Celtic steel was phosphorus, derived from bone, human or animal. I love these little did you know things. They actually change every time I come into the game. Alright, let's begin. We're going to go with the endless mode. That's my preferred way to play. If you would like to see me stream the campaign, we could of course do that, although we are limited as content creators in how far we're allowed to show with that, so I'm more willing to go into the endless mode. I actually never played the campaign of Anno 1800 still to this day. Damn! We're going to go with the noble on this one, and we're going to name him Maximus Schlonginus. Is that it? Yeah. Deep descendant from our boy Hans von Schlong, of course. And then we're going to select our banner. I'm going to go with Imperial Red to match our boy's cape here. And we'll go with the Legion flag. Now, of course, just really quickly, there are other profiles and avatars and stuff that you can unlock throughout the game later. We'll talk about the Hall of Fame and how you unlock these a little bit later. Let's continue for now. So we have our normal, advanced, and veteran modes of which we can customize them. I'm going to go into veteran, but we're not going to go all the way. So I've had a bit of a look through some of this stuff. So I thought we could just quickly touch on the game balance here for a minute and the settings that I'm going to be rolling with. So we're going with goods consumption, settlement costs, land taxes, maintenance costs, all on high. And the nice panel here tells you what each one of these does. So I've had a quick read through them. Inactive upkeep, so if we disable a building, they're still going to pay half the cost to run the building. Construction cost refund, we're not going to get anything back if we delete the building, and we're going to pay a fee just to move the building. You can actually make it so that you can't even move the building at all if you really want to go super hardcore. We won't do that just yet. So we want to be somewhat deliberate, but not completely locked in. Incidents on hard, incident protection completely off. City status impact on incidents. So the city status is like the level of your city, and as you get more people, the city status rises, and that increases how challenging the incidents are going to be. I'm actually going to just bring this down to medium, because in the beta, it was out of control. So maybe, I don't know if it's, being tweaked or changed, we'll just be a little conservative just on that one. We'll keep research speed as normal, although I actually think it'd probably be best to play on, like, slow or something maybe in future, but we'll see. Trader restocks, contract renewal, also on slow. Bailouts, never. If we run into debt, no one's going to bail us out. Not the Emperor, not other characters. Allow resettling. This is if we lose our last island, do we still have enough to take another one? Doesn't matter. If we lose our island, we're out. Alright, so that's fine. Oh, and house access. We'll talk about this a bit later again. It's to do with the Hall of Fame, but we'll get back to that. Alright, the game start is going to be with our flagship. We're not going to start with an island. We'll have a little starting goods, capital, and island workforce, and the revealed map is going to be covered. The game world. Archipelago, island size. Let's go with regular. Fertilities and loads. Forest, building slots, sparse, world seed. 1313. Why not? Game content. The pirates are going to be on active, hard, far-reaching, aggression, all that kind of stuff. The same with Voada. And the Emperor, we're going to go with Gnaeus Firmius Calidus. You could choose Julia Augusta, but she's 2-star. We'll go with our 3-star boy here. And they have different wants and needs, actually, in terms of how you appease them and build up their reputation. Let's continue along. Now, next thing will be the governors. So, the other competing governors or potential allies, we've got Zara Nitu, Concordia, and Nefer Neru. Gonna change this guy out because he's 4-star. Again, don't want a super high challenge right now. Gonna turn off the friend game because, let's be real, I don't have any. So, we're gonna edit this guy out and switch him out for someone else. So we've got Dorian, Tarragon, Lucia Ma. These guys are a little bit on the easier side of things, but I'm gonna go with Aether Igorwin. He's actually only in Albion, so we won't see him for a while. This guy can actually start in either, which is kind of interesting. Maybe in future, if we do have an Egypt region, maybe he starts down there or something. I don't mean to typecast, but vaguely in that area, I guess, maybe. But yeah, let's go with... There we go. I was confused on how to select them there. Anyways, right, so Aether, Concordia, Zara Nitu, an effulgent stargazer with profound ideas of the universe and a strong aversion to crowds. Concordia is fierce and devout, a traditional Roman with a very particular vision for the Empire, and once a puppet king, Aether has cut his strings in the name of vaulting ambition. God, I can't read. Alright, let's continue. Happy with this choice. And we have, of course, Maximus Schlonginus. 4-star difficulty, basically. Some different governors. Province selection. We're going to be starting in Latium. Of course, the heart of the Roman Empire. Classic golden Anno experience. Gentler on beginners. Rolling plains provide a lot of building space and fertilities. Over in Albion, you obviously have a more challenging experience. We played with that a little bit on the channel so far, so if you want to check out Albion, you can. But, yep, we're going to be starting in Latium. Let's begin. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the race has begun. We'll quickly see if we can see any peaks and valleys popping over the fog. Let's go for this one. Straight south, is it? Yes. We'll go straight south. Our competitors are going off to scout their various islands as well. We can have a quick zoom in and have a look at our ship also. It's always a debate when you start like this. Should you just bank on the first island you come across, or should you make a play for the other ones? The interesting thing here is that one of our competitor governors is starting in Albion. So normally there's 4 islands in your region, so there is going to be a 4th unoccupied island. So there is some time to maybe look at options and see, because, you know, presumably they're going to take 1 each, so there will be 2 available. Well, you don't want to be too behind either. Alright, we found something. So having played the game just a little bit, what I'm really looking for in terms of fertilities is going to be mackerel, resin, or olives. So what do we got? Well, we got mackerel right off the bat, actually. Grape, murex snail, and gold ore. And what's this island? Wow, this is actually way bigger than I thought. Holy crap. This is medium size. This actually looks like a really good island. It's like quite flat. I mean, the rivers, I suppose, are going to be a little annoying. But sure. You know what? I'm happy with this. Let's just take it. There's someone coming up behind me. Okay, we're okay. Yeah, we'll just bank here. Why not? In the interest of time. Let's commit to it. And then let's start scouting around and see if we can find the NPCs. We'll go out to the outer bounds of the map. Alright, awesome. Let's get started. So, quickly speaking on the UI, we have our denarii up on the top, the income or expenditure that we currently have, our population, the name of the city, which is Ocassum. I'm going to name it Mimosa, because when I was having a trial play earlier and just learning the game a bit, the town name that was generated was Mimosa, and I just thought it was quite a fun, nice name. So we'll just go with that. Right, so let's get building. So obviously the first thing we need to do is get some wood going, so let's begin with timber construction. So we'll just start somewhere out here. I'm going to go into planning mode and just pop down the first couple, hook them all up, and then when we're happy with that, get started. Just build this straight. Maybe just nudge that over just so slightly. Connect that straight in there. This one can go straight over here. Actually, we'll go out from the side. And then sawmills. So we'll just start with 2. Alright, we'll just upgrade these.
There is a shortage of workforce,
and that's all we can really do for workforce. So we'll let this start building up some timber in the background, then we'll talk about more UI stuff and stuff as we go on. I've just noticed something as well. It seems like it's quite late in the day. What is it? It's 9 p.m. Let's have a nice early morning start. Brighten up the world a bit.
Our scouts have sighted new land.
Now, we still have 20 timber, so let's get planning out where the housing is going to go. So we'll just bring this straight across here, I guess. And we'll try to make use of this big flat area up here. I'm not going to build diagonal for now. I think we'll just keep it fairly grid-like. Let's do something like this. And there's a river deposit here. Okay, so that's kind of our outer boundary then, I suppose. Alright, so let's just start plopping down some houses. We'll go with, I guess, 6 here. Another 6 here. And it's going to be a big grid until we get some more money. We can do some more changes with cosmetics and things like that. I feel like I've already messed up. Probably in the center should be our market and other things. So we have our Liberty. We'll unlock what they've got. So this is going to be just regular sardines. So this isn't the mackerel I was talking about. That's going to come into play at tier 2. And then porridge. So basically, you can choose to fulfill either of these or fulfill both. We're going to get money, population, and population, depending on what we do. So I'm going to attempt to do both. Obviously, the quick one is just to get the sardines. So we'll throw them down. Alright, and we'll see more and more people fulfilling... Oh, nice! Start off your settlement with its first fishery. So it's going to give us Hall of Fame points.
I am Valeria Turan.
Ooh, we found an NPC already. That's nice and quick. So there's one just over to our west, and we have Valeria at Lilibeon. So we can take on contracts and quests and stuff from her. She might have some already. Not for 15 minutes. And she is looking to sell sardines, but she's looking to buy oats, clay, and uncut marble. She does not buy anything, though. I think it's only Diana that does. And we can also buy items from her. Kathubodwa, Battle Crow. A military captain for your ships, improving accuracy, the amount of archers' ranged offense, movement speed, and the transfer speed between provinces if you're sending your fleet over to Albion or back. An Ascendant Endorser, and a Pharmacognostic. Kind of said that right. Won't spend too long looking at those just yet. Our ship is going to continue exploring around, which I'm happy with for now. Still short on workers. They should be starting to, once this starts spooling up, they'll get their first batch of fish and then they'll be okay. Right, so let's just plan out where things are going to go. I don't know the sizes of these buildings, but we can always just move things if we really need to. Incur a little bit of cost. We'll just gridify the place to keep things nice and simple for now. You can, of course, look at the corner of a building or a block, and that can just automatically place down the roads for you, which is quite nice. Then we've got porridge. So oats and porridge stand itself. Does the porridge stand have any radius effects? No. So we've got all of this terrain out here against the cliffs. This would be probably good prime farmland, I would say. Yeah? I think so. It's quite open. There's not many trees. No like super dense spots of trees. So you keep your woodland or charcoal burners in the denser woodland, I guess. So yeah, somewhere out here, but we'll have to, of course, build a bridge across. This could be a good bridge crossing point, I suppose. Looks like one. That's going to take 9 wood just to do that. It's a lot of wood. We'll wait until we maybe fulfill the fish need a little bit more, build up the population. So we'll just spend the wood on the houses for now. Alright, so as my ship is going around finding different things, a couple things I wanted to touch on and talk about. We, of course, have Maximus Longinus up here. If we enter into him, we can see the statistics, the production breakdown of everything, all the kind of stuff you'd be used to if you played Anno 1800. We can see the production over time. You'll see graphs and stuff. We're just too early in the game right now to really see any of that, but we can see the production, consumption versus different things, so that's nice. The governance, this will show you like all your different residences, what they've got, what they're missing, how you're making your money, and the effects of various buildings and stuff. You'll see those little achievements popping up, and that's the Hall of Fame. So if you go into here, we already have some fame. So this is something I'm a bit confused about. It seems tied to my account. I actually went in and tried to delete all of my saves and anything to do with my account, but it just seems tied to the Ubisoft account. However, I'm earning them again. But the currency was here from the beginning, so this is currency I earned in a different playthrough, and I can't seem to reset or get rid of. Effectively what it is you have accolades. By doing various things in the accolades, you earn Hall of Fame points, right? So right now we've set up our first timber production chain, triggered the first bankruptcy warning. That's never going to happen, of course. And if it does, I'll say it was just for the achievement. So that's my get out of jail free card there. Pause a production building. That was completed. You can actually... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So the weird thing is I'd unlocked a few more of these, and that's how I've earned as many points as I have. And then you go into the Hall of Fame. You enter into Latium, and then these are different things you can spend to unlock stuff for your campaign. So for instance, you have the God Neptune, Ceres, and Mars unlocked by default. But we could pay to unlock Meripath, Grammatic Surveyor. And by doing this right now, we'll get an item immediately, an Anno account reward. So again, it's on the account, not the playthrough. And this gives you an item from the beginning of the game that unlocks higher discovery radius, hit points, movement speed, favorable wind angle. I'm a bit torn about this, you know. I kind of think it's cool to be able to do this, but to unlock it for your account is strange, because that means then the next game I start from the beginning, I'll have like really powerful items. And there's one here towards the very end that I was looking at called the Roman Goods Pack. You start off with 40 sardines, porridge, tunics, and peleus. Just off the bat. Boom, there you go. Have like a bunch of stuff from the beginning, if you've unlocked everything. Now, the other stuff that I'm more interested in is really the different skins for buildings. Spend 70 and you unlock the Shadows of Sarah, a new skin for your residences. Use the cosmetic tool to apply them. You also get other items and stuff that's cool, but I like the different skins for buildings, and it's nice to see them in there, not as a DLC, actually having different skins just from the base game. Super cool. Unlock different governor portraits, unlock different gods that you'll see later on in different theaters or in your own theater. Of course, if we back out of this, we go into Albion. You have other stuff for Albion, right? So we have the moss-covered residences and other different items that are more suitable to this theater, and then different portraits and stuff as well. Other gods, and so on and so forth. So I think it's super cool to have meta progression and everything like that. I just find it odd. Oh, the game is paused. It actually pauses when I go into the screen. I don't need to talk so fast then. But yeah, I just find it a bit odd that you can start so favorably, and I guess that's what they want for people, but to me it's a little unusual. And I think that goes back to the game settings, which is where you could turn off the Hall of Fame effects, I think it said, some setting like that. So you could turn it off if you want to have a pure multiplayer game, for instance, where everyone's on the same playing field. So we'll be unlocking these as time goes on. Just in case you're wondering what that stuff is, you can see it there, popping up in the corner of the screen. Hello, I will seize your... No, I'll buy your supply. 400 coin to get 20 timber. So I'm glancing over this because we've seen it in the demos and the betas before. So if you haven't watched that, sorry that we're glancing over it. But basically, it's just a little event where we could piss them off for an hour, or we could just pay for a little bit of wood to give us a bit of a boost starting. So happy to do that. Now we can use that wood actually to go across here. Yeah, I guess I'll just go straight across like this. And that's going to cost me 9 wood. And we'll go all the way out to the edge. Sure. And then we'll build our stuff out there, our farms. So for now, bring this to the edge here, and we'll curve up to the thing. Does that make sense? I feel like we make use of the space fairly well that way. Alright. We've unlocked new things, the market and the tavern. So the market's going to give us extra coin, population. The tavern's going to give us extra population and extra happiness. We'll try to do both if we can. We can also turn off that whole screen that comes up if you want, but I thought for the first playthrough here we'll keep it on. So the market. Now, the radius effect of this building has changed from the demo. It used to have a circle around it, I think. This one doesn't. So it's a little harder to know the reach. The reach can change with technologies, and I guess that's maybe why they don't include the radius, but you think the radius would just get bigger. Anyway, we'll look at, and then I guess the roads could be extended as well when we get concrete roads and paved roads. So we'll go with the tavern. Yeah, maybe we'll put the tavern just a little further in there. So that means moving a couple houses. Already, I feel like, that's what I was saying. We're not quite as central as I would have liked to be. Gonna move this down here. It only costs 6 coin. That's not too bad, actually. So you go there. Tavern goes in there. You guys can get back where you were. Yeah, better, right? I think so. Right, now we can check the production screen. Oh yeah. When I deleted all my settings, my hotkeys changed. Just one hotkey that I want to change really quickly. Controls, and then I need to look for whatever says Control Q. This one. I'm going to change it to Tab. Accept. And that just opens my production screen. It's much quicker that way for me anyway. It's what I'm used to. So we're making 1 ton of fish. We're consuming just under 1 ton of fish. So the green is bigger than the white. That's all we care about. So looking good to me. Yeah, still not seeing the production over time yet, actually. I guess it's just not enough time has passed. But good. We're taking care of their need. They'll now have...
sardines, dripping with oil, picking me teeth with the bones.
Yes, both are filling up nicely. Excellent food. We've only just done 1, but that's all you need to do, technically. And then we'll start thinking about the fashion category, which you've just unlocked. So, tunics and pileus, again, money and population. So, all good. Tunics will be good for early game money, actually. We'll talk about that, well, in a few minutes, actually, when we get building it. We have the good workforce now, so it'd be nice to get a bit more wood going, also. So, maybe we'll do it down here. 1 there. 1 there. This will need its own warehouse, though. We can put the warehouse a bit further back. Alright, let's build all this. So that's... We'll do the I guess we'll have to wait until we get that warehouse. So we still need a bit more wood. It might be worth finding... So we've just found Valeria right now. If we could find Diana, I think we can buy wood. But we're getting very low on money already, so I really need to prioritize like getting the spinner up and running, because it's going to just be more money for us, and more houses. It's tempting to move all this over to the right a little bit, or maybe I should have built diagonally to make use of space a bit better. Oh well. Lessons are being learned. Oh, there's actually a river slot here too. How many river slots do we have? 6 and 6 mountain slots. And there's gold ore fertility. I don't know if this means that we can get iron just by default, or if it's only gold. Like, is there an iron fertility? I'm not too sure.
Our scouts have sighted new land.
Ah, there's resin and olives, actually, so this might be a nice target. Second island is very thin and spindly, though. Don't quite like the look of it. But at least we've identified where we need to go for our Tier 2 completion. Alright, how are we doing now? We've got 5 wood, so let's try to get more wood going a bit quicker, because that's our bottleneck right now. Alright, cool. Now, what are you telling me?
Could look after this, Eri.
Don't worry about that. I've turned off tutorial. That shouldn't really be coming up. Just want to check one other thing as well. The game does look good, but I'm just making sure since I did reset my settings. Yeah, we're all on the highest quality, so that's good. Nice. Another thing I thought I would show, just while we're waiting for wood to build up in the background, check this out. Now, we've often seen this in Anno games before. We can get down on the ground, but now we've got a little third-person model. Hello! And we can kind of run around and be our own person. We can kind of zoom out and just be like, yeah, I'm just in and amongst the crowd. Now, my first reaction to this was like, oh, but I want to be in first person. You just zoom in.
Never cruel.
Best of both worlds.
He freed us.
Yeah, they're often talking about being slaves. Because they are the freedmen, I guess. The liberty. But obviously, love this mode, love the fact that it's still in the game, and I think it's quite cool that they've enhanced it. Now, every time you zoom in and out, your clothes change, or you become a different model, actually, but still cool by me. I love it. This guy's eating well.
Had another sister, sold to a Greek wool merchant, and that was the last time we saw her.
That is so dark. I don't know if you could hear that, but I'll leave it there. Alright. At least we're pulling in the wood. That's what's important. Are we missing islands as we go past here? We don't have very many. If we look at the trade map screen, I guess we've missed out on the really big ones in the center, but that's by design. Haven't found the pirates yet either, actually, thinking about it. Now, speaking of that screen where we can see all of the stuff on the island, it's cool and everything. If we have a look at this and then click this, check this out. Oh, it's so beautiful. Look at this. It's so cool. So we're obviously here in Latium, and we should be able to go up somewhere towards Albion in the future. My boy Ireland has been squished and destroyed, but it's okay. Yeah, who knows where we're going to go in the future. I think they've mentioned, like, Egypt, the pyramids are, like, visible in the Season Pass DLC, so I'm really excited to get there. Just for the irrigation, I imagine, the breadbasket of the Roman Empire, all that kind of stuff. But beyond that, I don't really know where they're going to go next. People say the obvious choice is Greece. But what do you do with Greece for gameplay? I'm sure they'll figure something out nice. But it's going to be very similar climate to, like, Latium. You know, there's not going to be, like, canal building or, like, in swamp irrigation or whatever that we have in Albion. Like, what would you really be doing out there that'd be different? And then I believe there's, like, this, Vesuvius DLC or Etna DLC, or I don't know my mountains or volcanoes very well, but I think it's going to be in Sicily, basically. I don't know, though, so yeah, looking forward to seeing all that kind of stuff. I just love the look of that map, by the way. Hey, we found Diana.
Keeping the codices does me good, but I'm literally dying to get back to Rome.
I love Diana. I think she's funny. I mean, in real life, I'd be very, very sick of her, but I love that she's like, I'm just absolutely dying to get back to Rome. Just like this little preppy kid, or, you know, from a well-to-do family kind of person. There we go, timber. We could buy some of that for a little bit of money. She's looking to buy bird tongues in aspic and pigs. She'll buy pigs for 3 and bird tongues for 107. She also buys anything, so that's what we care about. Now, she's only selling 6 timber at the moment, but it might be worth getting because we're struggling a little bit back at home. I've told the ship to go over here. The Optime. We've also found Concordia's island, so hello. I shall extend a reverent greeting to you, madam. I like to be friends with all of them if we can, you know. Now, the cool thing in this game is everybody has contracts. She's not going to have one for 4 minutes. And Diana, I assume, as well. Yeah. We could wait 4 minutes to see what she's got for us, or just keep exploring. Maybe we'll explore a little bit further and then come back. Alright, we're back on our island. We're up to 25 timber now. That's good. We're making good gains. We need money. Money, money, money. So, let's try to get tunics up and running. This is going to require hemp. So we'll build on this side. Hemp farm, maybe start here. Do another one next to it. Gonna need at least 3 or 4, I would say, by the time we're done. Try to fill in these gaps. Cool. There's one. Two. We can leave it at 2 just for now. So these are going to require spinners. We'll do 1 spinner out this way, which I'll just leave somewhere here for now. Actually, you want it to be central, right? These give a bonus to money for buildings around them also. So just leave that one there. The other one then is going to go in our town, and we'll need a warehouse in the town. Who needs a warehouse? Maybe in place of these 2 houses? Creating our first little gap, which is annoying, but it has to be done. And then I believe the felter actually will need the same thing. So we could actually remove this house completely. Put the felter in there too. And our warehouse.
Our scouts have sighted new land.
Maybe the warehouse can just go a bit further back for now. If you want to be a bit more deliberate, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 1 tile further back, please. There we go. Alright, get that warehouse built. We'll get the other warehouse built out here. And build our first hemp farm. Build the warehouse so they know where to go. And then this one, the spinner. So that's going to start giving us some money for all these people. Once they get the thing, it gives us money, but also being in the radius of the building gets us money. So you want to double up on that if you can. But you can't literally double up on it. The fact that these are gray pips above each household now means that they're already satisfied by this one. So now the other one that we want to get is sheep farm. So we'll do that on the opposite side, why not? And we can just very simply go 1, 2, and 3.
There is a shortage of workforce in one of your cities.
Yeah. We'll get more workforce once they get their wool. There we go. Now you're probably going to want more fish now. Yeah, we're low on fish, so just get another one of these. And then just temporarily we will turn off some of these buildings just to get back the workforce, just to help the other buildings produce. We're okay for construction right now. How cool is this, by the way, huh? Is no one else seeing this game? How could you not love it? I don't understand. New islands being discovered. Still haven't found the pirates. My guess is then down in the very south. Or they could be in the middle for all I know. I don't know. Alright, nice. Everything good so far. I'll let the sun set on the Empire today, just to see what it looks like at nighttime, and then we'll brighten it up when it, after a little while. So what do we got? Just information about how you can scroll through this. Oh, but it's a console menu. Oh,
Scouts have sighted new land.
be quiet. I'm joking. Yeah, I might change some of these. So I don't want online notifications because I'm a loner. System notifications, no thank you. Progression, construction, workforce, quest, incidents, research, religion, trade routes, trade. Leave the trade routes one. Yeah, that's fine by me. Cool. Alright, it's getting dark. We are still very much in the negative, but we have everything now to start making some money. And I guess we could just go with more houses. Oh, that's cool. On the spinner, we can actually see little wooden mannequins with clothes draped over them. The felter, I might switch this to face this way. There we go. Oh, the stuff jiggles and stuff when he moves around. That's cool. What do you got for me?
Await your instructions.
I understand. Don't worry. It'll be fine. We'll pull ourselves out of this. It's not that bad. Especially once we get some contracts going. We're on our way back to Diana. In fact, we don't actually need to send a ship there, thinking about it. We just need to look at it and get them ourselves. She wants a delivery of 32 timber for 2,568. Or 8 timber for 1,392. Well, try go with the better one. Or we could collect some flotsam. Let's do the bigger timber delivery. Can we do that? How much do we have? We have 18. You kind of have to wait a little while. Maybe we'll just do the 8 then. 1,300 is a decent chunk of change. I feel like this is better per timber, isn't it? Really. But you have to wait like an hour on the hard setting after you complete one of these. So in some ways it's like, well, get as much as you can, I guess. Alright, I'll go with the bigger one then. So we'll head back to our island to pick up timber. And we'll tell the workers to continue working those ones.
Just gonna rest my eyes.
You ain't resting no eyes. You're getting back to work, son. This guy actually isn't at full forest area. There's a tech to unlock more forest area later. 85. Should have gone down there. It was 100, but I guess I built the road in on top of some of the trees, maybe? Yeah. Is it better if I move it back just even one? No. Oh, well, it's not too bad. Let's see what Valeria has for us. She wants 5 sardines. Okay, that's not bad. And what about Concordia? We found her, so she wants something too. She wants us to pick up 2 crates or deliver her 1 ton of tunics. Tempted to do that one, actually, because it's quite easy to deliver that, as long as we have what we need on this island. Oh no, we're actually consuming more. Okay, then
The masonry has ears.
I'll pick up stuff for you.
The names of loitering perverts always echo back to me.
What? We also need to find Zaranitu, so we can pick up her quest as well. So let's see, we could do this one first, actually, while we're waiting for things to come together. So you want us to collect stuff that's way out to the east. Okay, we'll try to be economical then. Back on my island, we're going to pick up the fish, deliver that over to Valeria, then go north. So to give you a bigger screen, deliver to Valeria, then go north. This is where the flotsam is, so we'll see if we can pick that up. And that should give us a nice boost of cash, you know, about 4,000 or 5,000 if we do all these jobs together. In fact, let's hit here, and then here, and then here. And we should find Zaranitu then. Alright, well, we're in the red, and we're really just going to be waiting on a few different things to be made. Again, we could make more hemp, and this new spinner. It only costs wood, actually. It doesn't cost money, so we're actually okay. This one does cost money, but it's going to let me build it anyway. I don't know what the rules are, or how far we can go into bankruptcy. I think in 1800, it's like you can go to like negative 50k, and then it tells you lose. I don't know, because I never lost. But there's, I don't know, I'm joking, but there is some limit, and then it says like you cannot build anymore now. And then you just kind of run out of stuff and die. But you guys might know more than me. Anyway, this spinner will give a little bit more money on these things. Hopefully make enough tunics to satisfy the demand there. We might need to get another felter. Let's see how we're doing with all of these things. So the Peleus hats are running low. The spinner is going to be back up to normal. Yeah, so let's get another hat maker. And we could put it down here, right? There's a few different houses or buildings down here that could be buffed. And the good thing is sheep. We make more sheep than we need. So we still have more sheep than we need even now. And a lot more hemp, actually. Did I not need to do that with the hemp? Let me check the production chain on that again. They might have changed things. 1 minute, 1 minute. Now they are 1-to-1. So having 1 each should mean that this is up and running fully. I think maybe it doesn't get registered until it has its thing. Normally it does, though. Basically, this should say... Oh yeah, it does say 1 out of 2. I feel like they should make that like red or a different color so it's more clear. I mean, I can see it now fine, but it's like... there we go. See, it was kind of telling me like the building isn't operational yet, but it will be. Similar thing is going on for the sheep. So sheep is actually 30 seconds, and then this is 1 minute. So you can have 2 of these for 1 of these. So we've balanced that now, actually.
So I meet a stranger.
All right, we found Zara and Nitu. Let's brighten up the day. Sorry, I left it in nighttime for so long, actually. I'll extend a nice greeting to you as well.
Unfamiliar. Are you a sign?
Right, now when we get future events, I'll actually read them, okay? So you're gonna head straight to Valeria. Oh, I forgot to pick up the fish. I'm such a silly Billy. We'll head back to get that
My
fish.
people are not slow. They
So
just get distracted. a
31
lot.
tons of sheep. That's quite a lot. We'll just go pick up some stuff. 1 crate for 1,000. Let's do the 1 crate. And it's only 1 star, which means it's probably in an easier location. Nope, it's really far out to the east. I think I said east before, but it was northwest actually where we have to go.
We stand waiting.
Alright, let's try to do some of these quests and then we could call it for our first little video here. And then, yeah, we'll just I'm just going to get straight into recording the next one. Because I'm absolutely loving it. How could you put this down? I have no ideas. Let's see what the radius around this is looking like in that one. I'm just trying to think where else could we put buildings to get more money. So again, just more here. Here and here. That should be in range of everything still, I think. At the very limits right there, but that's okay. 62. The goal is going to be to get some... Try to get that balance before the end of the video. If not, we'll have it in the very beginning of the next one, I have no doubt. How are you guys looking, by the way? You might be ready to level up by now. Yeah. Should we do it? Or will I hold off? I might hold off just for a minute or two. I don't think... We won't get any more money from upgrading them anyway. Let's get our fish. We just need 1. That's all Valeria has requested. Now, is there a timer on these, actually?
As do we.
No, I don't think so. So, Valeria's one is here. 5 sard... Oh, 5. God, why am I such a clown?
Festina Lente.
We have just enough here, actually, if I can just go back and get that real quick. I noticed they changed this. You used to be able to type it in and have a slider. They must have just gone back to the old 110 and whatever amount. What does this do? Change amount. I don't know what that means. Alright. I think the music is really loud. I might turn it down for the next episode. Sorry about that. Again, it's because I removed my settings. I did have it down to about 60% before. About there should be good. Alright, so we're heading back out to Valeria. We're going to dump off the fish, make a bit of cash. That'll keep us... That'll kind of erase our debt. And then hopefully do the other ones quick enough that we'll have a bit more of a balance to us. We're only at negative 16 right now, so it's not too bad, actually. Could be worse. Still room for a few more houses, and definitely room for... still within the market range and everything. Sorry it's so grid-like. The town will become very much disrupted once we get all the different area of effect buildings, the villa, all these different radius buildings. The villa is actually really cool. I didn't realize it. We don't have it right now, I guess. But when you put down the villa, it's kind of like the old Anno 1800 Seat of Power DLC, which basically says, like, okay, you put a building down and has a radius, and the bigger the prestige of your island, the wider and wider the radius gets. And anything within that radius gets the effects of the characters that you put into the building. So the character items that we saw in the various NPCs, some of them can be placed on the island, right? Not just on ships. And that's all well and good. But you also get... The villa gets these, like, sub-buildings. I can't remember what they're called. But you can actually place them out further out in different parts of the island. Excuse me. And they have their own sockets. And they become like town halls from Anno 1800. So I'd previously thought from the beta it was just the one building that gets bigger and bigger. But the guest houses effectively have... They act as like mini little town halls. So you could have like a town hall sort of, or a guest house out here for your villa, and put characters in there that oversee farming and boost farming. Other ones that boost mines or whatever it might be. Like here maybe between these two for mines. So awesome. Love it. You know, looking forward to getting into the deeper aspects of the game like that later. All right. We're doing well for the timber now. So we could deliver that larger amount, right? Did I take on that one? Yeah, 32 timber. So we could definitely do that. We've just arrived.
We stand waiting.
Speaking of arriving, they've added the notification bell back in, which is nice. It wasn't there in the demo. So now it'll tell you when your ship has arrived. So let's just speed up for a little bit here at the end.
Neptune's finest. Ready.
Delivered. That's 1,200. Thank you very much. Now, the next quest that's nearby is Concordia's. So it's just somewhere right to our north. So we're just over here. So just somewhere up here, we'll grab 2 bits of flotsam, although the other one is actually off somewhere else. So yeah, we'll get both and then make our way back. Should be fine. You let me know when you get there, though, now. Great. Man, I'm so happy. I'm like a kid in a candy store. Hey, look at this. Positive balance. So let's see what's going on. Residences are giving us about 300. Area effect and specialists 149. Land taxes are taking things down a bit. But yeah, generally we're at plus 51, so that's okay. Island income 450 in total from the needs, fish, market, etc. Let's see how our needs are doing right now. Consumer goods. We are nothing for porridge. We're okay for the other three though, so we could still bump the houses just ever so slightly and still meet our demands as it currently stands. So let's do that. Excellent. Okay, so yeah, porridge. Again with the farms down here maybe. Maybe we'll just do something like this for now. Won't lock ourselves in too much. So porridge. Oats. And we could sell those oats, as we saw before. Yeah, I'll do one there, and then another one here. 2 for now should be good. Just do the regular square mode. Just thinking, actually, I'll go a bit further down, just to give some space in there for other things. Alright. In fact, the porridge stand could go right next to it. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. So that should be porridge making underway. Even if just a little bit. We might need 2 buildings thinking about it though. Yeah. Nice. Can you change this without rotating the fields? Oh, you can. That's good. Nice. Excellent. Super clean, simple. All going into the same warehouse. They should be okay for now. We haven't unlocked research or religion or prestige yet. That'll come when we hit tier 2, which we'll do just at the end. My ship has arrived.
What could you possibly require?
So we need to pick that up and then go out here.
Waiting for your decree.
I noticed as well they have changed it
We stand waiting.
so that the guys on the front aren't like, what's the word, like they don't have their bows strung and ready to be fired at all times. They're like relaxed, which is good because it always made me feel like they're just constantly strained, ready to attack. So they've done a great job polishing things. And that's the way it goes. Oh, we have a pirate ship right there. Yeah, he must be in the south of the map then. Oh yeah. That must be him. That looks very nice for a pirate, though. But at least we know where he is. Caesar Syracuse. Alright, so let's check our demands. We've met everything except for porridge. But let's upgrade some of our boys. So we'll start near the town center.
All our hopes rest on this shining pillar.
I won't go anymore, actually, because we need the workforce. The plebeian. There we are, the plebeian households. New options have become available. And we'll look at this more in depth in the next video. But we now have bread and garum. Garum was important to me. That's why I wanted mackerel. We got lucky with rolling mackerel right at the beginning. I didn't actually see what's on this island. This island had sturgeon, oyster, flax, and fertility. Concordia's island, which is here. Oh, she's building lots of ornaments. That's kind of cool. Very fancy. Her island, although not that big, she's not got very much going on. Some farms on the other side of it. Yeah, that makes sense. She also has, yeah, oyster, sturgeon, lavender, grape. And then if we check Zaranitu, she's built up a lot more, actually. She's got her villa down and everything already. She's got mackerel, flax, murex, snail, and gold. So I might be the only one. Oh, no, she's got mackerel. Yeah, sorry, my bad. So 2 mackerel islands. So no resin. So we saw the resin and olives up here to the east, south, to our south, right next to us, actually. This is right across from our island, which is there. This is definitely the next candidate. The only negative here would be that it's right across from the pirates. So we could use this little beach, maybe, actually, as a drop-off point. But anyway, the reason is this has resonance olives and sturgeon. And iron. Ah, so there's the iron. Oh, definitely need this island then. This one over here, just again across from me. Super big one. Looks great, like in terms of space, but not sold on what it's got. Olives, mackerel, flax, sturgeon. Yeah, definitely want this one. Even though it's a bit smaller, it's got what we need on it though. So that'll be my go-to second island. Oh, show. Our ship has almost arrived. And once we get this, and we'll drop off, and that'll be it for this video. I'm purposely keeping it on normal speed. I hope people are okay with that. I feel like a lot's still going on anyway, at least for me. Demands are totally fine. Okay, cool. So what we could do is have a look at some of the other stuff we've now unlocked with our plebeians. So in the build menu, we had stuff here. So we now have the City Watch. Yeah, so we've got Vigiles to help with fire safety. We're at negative 65 fire safety at the moment. We need to make tiles. So we've got 9 plebeian workforce. So to get that started, we need clay. So that could be done at the river. Maybe up here would be a good one. Don't mind either that one or this one. I'll go with this one, I guess. Although, this one's actually maybe better. What I'm thinking is you need charcoal, so we can put charcoal there or in place of the timber that we've got now, because we just maxed out timber. So charcoal might be better to do the burning here and bring it straight over to something close by. So yeah, actually we'll try it here instead. So we'll do 2 tilers. And then the charcoal building could go right there. So I'm going to relocate this one down here. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't have moved that. It just cost me money. I'll delete it. And delete that subsequently. Go with this instead. It does have a negative around it. So the inner circle, I think, is the health. And the outer circle... Oh, no, sorry. The inner circle, I think, is the fire. And the outer circle, I think, is the health debuff. So I guess there's an argument to be made to keep it actually as far away as possible. Maybe we should keep it down here then. So it's not touching anything. Just give it a warehouse on its own. Yeah, I guess we'll do that then. Alright. Let me get back out to my ship real quick. So we've picked up that stuff for Concordia. Let's head down to her. Alright, cool. I'll just connect this down. So, a clay pit. Let's see how much... Oh yeah, they need a warehouse also. We could bring the warehouse down here instead.
There is a shortage of workforce in one of your cities.
So you're just slightly out of range of getting there, so we'll do here. We should be in range of everything. Alright, we need more plebeians. And that at least gets us started for clay production, just even a little bit in the background. I'm not going to build the other tiler just yet. A villa set, so that's the Officium and the Governor Villa. So that's what we kind of talked about that. We'll talk about it a bit more in the next episode. Just want to drop off that stuff to Concordia and then we'll call it a day. We've also unlocked religion. So we have Ceres, Neptune, and Mars. Gonna go with Ceres, just for the farming benefits. So increased production of anything to do with bread, flour, wheat, porridge and oats, wine, grapes, honeycomb, beer, malt, and barley, and olive oil and olives. So just early on, maybe just getting a bit of extra bread and porridge going would be nice. For Neptune, it's anything to do with sardines, garum, oh, actually the garum and mackerel might be good, because that can be sold for a decent amount. Oysters with caviar. Sturgeon, seashells. And then war. Weapons, iron, etc. We don't have much of that on this island. We would get the benefits to pigs, leather, sandals, and salt, though. Alright, I'll go with Neptune then, actually. Newly constructed ships are more durable and have reduced money upkeep.
Neptune, may your springs and brooks babble over my people. Relieve the drought of the psyche.
She loves it.
Ere?
I guess she likes it when you're religious. So the, oh yeah, we could do the Pax Rhetorica. So The crowd falls silent as you ascend the rostrum in the public square. You, a living symbol of the eternal city, must now find words to guide them. Declare the value that will guide your leadership. It would be knowledge, generally. Research. Faith is an interesting one, though. Or honest labor. So the upkeep cost of all buildings is reduced by 30% for 4 hours. However, fire safety and happiness is declined. Emperor Aeneas Firmius Calidus favors this decision. And he favors the knowledge decision. Belief is a negative one. I kind of like this, you know, money's a bit of a struggle, right? So negative 30% for the upkeep cost. Can I back out of this? Oh, I hate when games make you do that. I can't see how much our upkeep is, but we are in the negative, so I feel like that's just got to be the one we go with.
A bold step, Ere.
All right. 4 hours at least. Yeah, now we're making money, so that's good. I don't know. That wasn't my balance. That was my denarii I was looking at, I think. But yeah. All right. Last thing we're doing today. I know I've said it quite a bit, but we're just going to make our way over to Concordia and make bank 1,500 from delivering. Wait a second. Oh, we didn't pick it up. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. How could I do that? Oh, I thought I clicked it. We only have one of the 2 things she required. And then we need to make our delivery of wood. Okay, well, we'll have to unfortunately call it there. So the ship is making its way back. We'll go pick it up and be ready in the next video. But yep, so that's going to be it. One nice thing at the game as well is you can indeed pause it and build. So if we want to do overhauls that make things look a bit nicer, we're not going to be wasting time like we were in the previous game. So that's nice. Alright, well, anyways, that's going to be it for me. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, please do subscribe if you want to see more Anno 117 content from me. I absolutely love the game so far. I mean, I know I will. I'm completely biased towards Anno, and I'm biased towards this era, so these 2 things are just... It's just everything I wanted, you know? In Anno 1800, when I first started playing that game, I was like, this is like one of the best games I've ever played. And then I was like, man, if they could just make this Roman, I'd have everything. And people often go to that video. It's like episode number 40 or something, and timestamp it and say like, wow, well, he got what he wanted. And it's like, yeah, I did. Within one game as well. So very, very happy. And I really like... I know it's hard to be objective, right? Because I do really like these things, but generally speaking, this game is actually delivering more... I have low expectations, so that might be a difference. I used to have very high expectations of a lot of games, and I found myself always disappointed. So lately, I just have very low expectations. But my expectations have been quite happily exceeded in this game. I didn't want to change the formula too much. I wanted largely what we got in 1800. Now, how will I feel about things as we go further when I complete the research tree for the first time, complete religion, fill out my villa set, you know? I don't know. But so far, everything they've done in this game, I consider better, for the most part, than 1800. Getting rid of the influence stuff, didn't really enjoy that. I don't like having trade unions and town halls crammed all your buildings around in a tiny circle. So I kind of like the idea of this villa that's expanding over time, using the seat of power sort of framework for that. I like the way we can see the festivals, like, and all that stuff running for the entire town. I like the breakdown of the health, the fire safety. Now, don't necessarily like the fact that it says 54 minutes, it's going to be burned, things are going to burn. That seems a bit strange, but I suppose it's better than complete RNG as well. So my more objective take, if I'm trying to be objective, is that so far, quite like it. You know, quite like it. And I like the UI, so maybe I'm crazy, because a lot of people didn't like the UI, and they've kind of spruced it up and added some more flair to certain things, but I don't know if that's going to be enough for people. They kind of want none of this blue color, I think, and want more marble and stone and stuff like that, and also just more character to it, which I get, but I don't feel like it's a console UI. That's my opinion. I play console a lot. To me, it's like very PC intuitive, and I play a lot of PC games, so I don't know, man, you know. But anyway, just thought I would mention that stuff. It's hard to be objective. I'm not reviewing the game anyway. I am just playing it, so hopefully you guys can make up your own mind whether you like it or not. But so far, so good. I think they've taken what they've learned from 1800 and made it deeper. That's kind of what it feels like to me. But have they rewritten the rulebook? No. One thing I definitely don't like is how you build on the coast. I really thought that was a sticking point in 1800, and they haven't changed it really with how the way I mean, this coast is not too bad, but I don't know, it's something to do with the way the piers and the key system works. They really have just lifted it from that game, and I feel like a lot could have been done to improve that. So a little disappointed on that. It's cool that you get research that allows you to build out into the ocean and do more things that you could do in 1800, but yeah, the actual fundamental of how the grid is shaped for the the quayside is a bit annoying. I kind of wish you could choose quayside and build it further in, just to get a more uniform look to your piers and docks and stuff. But anyway, that's maybe a bit of a small gripe, small thing. Again, river slots, mountain slots, cool idea. I much prefer that to having like specific things in the specific places. You can kind of more choose what you want, but then they break up the ores in a more nuanced way. There's different types of fish and so on and so forth. So needs more time with me, but so far it's like ticking all the right boxes, at least for me. Alright, well anyway, that's going to be it for me. Thank you very much for watching. Again, please do like the video if you want to see more. Please subscribe if you want to see more. Consider becoming a channel member if you want to get videos early as well. Helps a lot. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.